Show with my boy Lee Masters on the boards, and we got DJ Chic Chick cutting it up
in the house.
We got a very special real guest. We got Tron in the building.
What's up?
Shout out to Tron in the building.
Tron,
thank you guys for having me.
We appreciate you coming. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule, moving and shaking and getting this record on and popping. Listen, man, if you guys don't know who he is, I'm gonna let him speak. Tron, tell them who you are and what royal family you belong to, because I'm not gonna say it. They're not gonna believe me. They're gonna think they don't believe me when I speak the truth.
Why don't they believe you?
Because people say I'm crazy.
I've got
it's the truth,
well.
though. It's the truth, though.
I was going to ask what you guys think.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Steve Jobs was crazy too. When he
I was going to say Steve Jobs is crazy. You know, Bill Gates got to be crazy.
Donald Trump's crazy.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
You gonna relate yourself to Donald Trump?
You never said anything about Donald Trump. You just said Donald Trump. I said Donald Trump was crazy. He's the president. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it. You know.
Of course. So my name is Tron Austin. I'm an up and coming artist in Atlanta. My family background, as he spoke of, is Chili from TLC and the legendary producer known as Dallas Austin. And now I'm doing my thing. I'm making a name for myself. I'm coming up with my first single, and I'm diving into the industry. But it's all hard work. You know what I'm saying? It's all hard work, and I love to have this, sorry, I get a little tongue twisted.
We all do.
Yeah, right. I love to have the support of my parents, and I'm glad that they're there for me, but I'm glad that I'm able to do this on my own,
Exactly. Independent man. That's right. They raised you right. Shout out to Chili and your dad.
Don't you think that's pressure though? Like, do you feel the pressure? Like, you come from this is like,
it's a lot, right?
You don't only got one parent, you got two.
Right. Honestly, when I was younger, I used to think like getting into this whole industry thing, it would be like I said, a double-edged sword, right?
Right.
Because when you have such a monumental background and something that can really push you to go into this direction, it was a part of me that was like, well, what about if I was in another direction? You know what I'm saying? But the cool thing was that my parents always supported my decision. So if I wanted to be a basketball player, they just say you have to be the best at whatever you're doing,
Exactly.
So if I'm taking on this whole music thing, right? I got to be the best at this, and so after I graduated high school, I went to a musical college, which was Full Sail University.
Right.
And, I took on music theory there, which was a big thing that my dad had encouraged me to take because he didn't know how to read music. So, and, after I said that, I switched degrees. I went to music theory and I did all that. I was like, all right, I'm committed to this. But the pressure is more motivation, because sometimes it's like, some people crack under pressure. Some people do better under pressure. And so for me, it's like, if it's pressure with something that I actually just love doing, then I think I'm gonna deliver. But like, even back in high school, if it was like a test and I studied for 3 days straight, you know what I'm saying? You got the study guide filled out, you got everything. Right. And then like number 5 hits you and it's like, oh, wait a minute, wait, what? I didn't see that on the study guide. So, it's one of those type of things, but, I think the pressure has added motivation, and that's why I think that this is like the right time for me to be doing this, because mentally everything's in place, I'm prepared to take it on.
And with having 2 successful parents in the industry, I'm pretty sure that helps you as well, because they can tell you their trials and tribulations and help guide you in a better direction.
So
correct. You got a leg up on a lot of people. So you born talent as well.
But and the crazy thing about that though is that because you know so much, because you're exposed to so much at such a young age and such a just up and it's almost like even the people I went to school with, it's like they didn't even really have like half the idea as far as like what this means, because it's not just doing what you love, when the business is tied in behind. I mean, both my parents have came back from really hard times, but even with TLC's situation, like when they bounce back and their manager Bill, who's been keeping them in business since then, and they're still on a tour as we speak, it's like, there's a lot of things to take into mind for something like that. And it's not just because it's my parents. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it happens to just be them who've gotten these type of achievements. But for me, it's like, I need to do better than that.
Yeah, you gotta learn from it.
I need to beat that too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's all in good spirits. It's all in good spirits. And, like you said, it's great having that background and having that support, but it also was overwhelming as well. It's just something to process.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing about you that I like is your professionalism. I met you at your photo shoot. Right. And you come off as an old spirit, like somebody that's been here before.
Think so?
And one thing, you were at your shoot, you had no entourage, you just had your team.
No.
Like you came in here this morning, you came in with your team. Shout out to Crystal Jordan.
Shout out Crystal.
Crystal.
Shout out to Mal 405, my boy over there. Jamal
in the building. Yeah. And I one thing about, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
22.
Okay, 22. I'll let you answer that. But being a 22-year-old in this industry and having that professionalism, I know that's going to take you a long way, because it seems like you're very focused on your craft and you're very focused on your art. The song, which I'll let you tell us a little bit about it, I think it's definitely clever, because you touched on social media and put it into a song. And today's topic actually is the consumption of music right now in the digital age.
Oh yes.
So
I love this topic, by the way.
Yeah. So you being a millennial, right? That's what you are. Millennial. Yes. I know they have these different titles.
I know I can't keep up.
Yeah, I can't keep up. Right?
Super millennial.
Yeah. Yeah. So how'd you come up with the song? And how'd you come up with the song? And who's the producer?
And what's the name of the song?
Okay, so first off, shout out to my boy Cormo. You know what's funny?
Shout out Cormo.
The beginning of the song, that's Pimp C. That's Pimp C saying Corey Mo.
Really?
Yeah, Pimp C did his tag.
Nice.
So that was already for me like, yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big
legendary.
Right. I'm a big UGK fan. So
wow, you are
huge 3-6 Mafia. Huge UGK fan.
All right,
love the Memphis artists.
This guy right here.
Inspiration.
Yes, but the concept of the song. So I was it's me and the writer. His name. Shout out to my boy at The Real Gifted.
Okay.
It was us two and Corey Mo, the producer, and so. I was like, well, let's make a song, right? That's, because, we can make love songs. We can make songs about, flexing, or whatever. But I'm like, let's make a song that kind of relates to what we're in right now, but taking it, embracing it, and pretty much having fun with it. And it's almost like I watch a lot of Black Mirror personally on Netflix. So I like a lot of deep concepts and stuff like that. So, I wanted to make it that type of thing, because I was like, we're in an age where everyone's just more worried about what's on their phone. Like a car accident can happen, and the first thing you're thinking about is, can I record it first?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or can I come up with the best caption of this car accident? Yeah. And you're not even trying to see if those people are okay.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's weird. So it's like, we live in this age of captions, but on top of that, all right, we do, but we're still gonna keep doing what we're doing anyway. It's so you're basically taking the concept of like what we're living in, we're just kind of having fun with it. But it's a lot more that kind of goes into it. Once I describe it.
Yeah. So basically, I like to dive deep when I have my guests. Like,
of course.
Tell the world.
Let's get deep, man. Let's get deep.
Tell the world something about you that people don't know. That's something about you that people might not know, and hobbies. Let the people know who Tron is.
Let's see. In my years, I've always I was actually asked this question on Instagram recently, but it's still something that people don't really know about me. But they asked how I deal with stress and coping methods and stuff. Who I talk to, and while everyone has their mentors, it's for me, I tend to listen to movie OST soundtracks and classical music.
Wow.
A lot of Beethoven, Ghibli,
Old soul. I told you this dude's been
Feed that mind.
Mario Sachan. He's a Japanese pianist, but he's on the list too. So there's a few of those. That's why I always knew that I was kind of in touch with music. If I wasn't going to do it, it was definitely going to be a part of my life somehow, because it's just it's my go-to for comfort. You know what I'm saying? It's my go-to for my peace, and I guess another thing about me, I only watch anime and pretty much.
Tell by that bling bling.
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah. I was gonna say,
He got a
anime.
Vegeta chain. He got some bling bling on his neck.
Okay, that's what's up.
If you're watching my live, you will see the bling bling. My Instagram is RONDOU baby one. That's Ron Do You baby one. If you want to see Tron's bling bling,
Right
he's
then.
blinging. It's like singing is how much he's blinging.
Hey, I got a question for you, man.
Of course.
I make music myself. I'm a producer. I do my own music, but I want to know, what is your creative process? How do you come up with those songs?
So it's like, all right, for me, when you visualize the songs, and the thing is, I started with instruments first, so I was a drummer first, and then I went to producing, and then I went to artistry as far as like singing. So I would usually make my beats based off of how I would probably play them on a drum set.
Okay. So you make your own beats?
Well, yes. I started producing first, so I work out at Ableton.
Oh, nice.
Like that's my normal DAW. Yes.
That's what I meant by that.
And
natural
see, that's the thing. That's
talent.
what I was. So I taught myself how to play drums back when I was 9, when Dad was working with this band McFly back in DARP, and then after I taught myself drum set, I got into percussion at school, and so I learned all the percussion instruments and learned the theory for that too, and then. I was kind of scared of the piano theory, and that's when I just decided to do it in college and just say, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it now. And you know what I'm saying? Gotcha. So my creative process is more like this. Like, I think that when you're making a song, it's like making a robot. It's like your baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're customizing every little piece. And I relate it to a lot of like games I even play, like Destiny and RuneScape and like all the customization, MMOs, real world games. And I would make it like, all right, we're building this robot. We're making this character. What are the ingredients? You know what I'm saying? How do we get them to level 60? You know what I'm saying? Because when you set goals for even your song, for even how you want it to be, then, it gives yourself something to push for. You know what I mean? So if I'm writing the song, if I'm talking about I'm loving a girl and, she's this and that, well, what's the best way for me to say it and not sound like this dude, and this dude? You know what I'm saying? What's going to make me sound different if I said it to her, in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Or like in person. So, and then after that, I like to put the pieces together. So even if you made the beat first, it's like, I want to make the lyrics match the beat, if that makes any sense, Gotcha. So they ride along together. So
it sounds really complicated. I'm learning.
He sounds like a very intelligent young man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You make it sound cool, so I'm going to just act like I know what's going on. But I heard you at a listening party, and I wasn't invited, Tron.
No, Tron.
It's like,
Wait a second.
I feel like we're going to have some social media beef. Hey. I'm going to start by, maybe saying I'm going to come out with a diss track.
A diss track. We're going to have a rap battle.
I'm going to be singing in it. It's going to be a singing.
It's going to be a sing battle? All right.
It's going to be called No Captions.
No Captions. Hashtag no captions.
Yes. Tell me about this listening parties that you had that I was the hardest working Haitian in the entertainment industry was not invited to.
Okay. So first of all, you were invited. You was invited. Because you know what? By that time, we should have already been following each other on Instagram.
Yes.
You didn't know me yet, right? Because I was a little bit before the photo shoot.
Yes.
So, you could have came through.
Okay, that's true.
The flyers were up.
I feel better about it now. I feel good.
But,
I feel good.
so, okay.
But I'm gonna go to the platinum party though, because it's gonna go
you better be. I was gonna say, y'all better be. We talked on the radio show.
I'm a DJ, so I need to be playing your music.
Yeah, right.
You see how I put that in the universe? Platinum. Platinum.
So,
how was the listening party? Who was there? How did it go down?
Okay, so
I know Crystal Jordan was there, and she didn't call me either, but that's okay.
I know what's up with that, Crystal.
Another one to blame.
The whole idea of the listening party was, so I had about 4 or 5 records, and we meaning like me, Mom, Crystal, like my whole team, producers, the writers, we all sat down and we were listening to these songs, and we kind of couldn't decide because they all kind of had a single feel to them.
Right.
And so, they all kind of have a single feel to them. So we were like, well, what's the best way to choose? The best way to choose is a natural ear, an unbiased ear that's not going to worry about if they hurt your feelings or not, and worry about, you know what I'm saying? We need an all pure natural reaction, because I can post it on my Instagram all I want to, but I have at least, like a certain number of dedicated supporters that are going to tell me it's good, even if it's not good. You know what I'm saying? So I need the truth.
You don't need the yes men.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, if you live life with yes men, you're doing something wrong. Don't have any yes men in your circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
sometimes you need a no man.
No. Sometimes you do need a no man.
I know sometimes you
because
need it all the time.
Guess what? Real quick, I didn't even want to do all this singing stuff or even start that until my engineer told me. Shout out to the real payday, L, my boy, because he told me, you having this mindset of I shouldn't be a singer because my mom's a singer is just ridiculous. That's just a bad mindset to have. But see, that was my mindset because it's just like that's so much to live up to. You know what I'm saying? She's already got this and this. you know what I'm saying? I already knew what my lane would be if I was producing or drumming. So that's why this was the last thing that even came. Right. But he was like, dude, you just gotta be like, you gotta stop all that and just do you. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
exactly. So that was no yes man.
Do you.
Right. Hey. We recorded
Live up to your best talent.
Yes.
You know, whatever God gave you as your gift, you just gotta do it.
Exactly. So, you know, we had the 5 records and I was like, all right, let's get, you know, we all had the idea, let's get about 50, 70 people together, you know, let's bring them in the studio area, stage, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to play the songs out loud. And then we had my boy, Romeo from Rolling Out. He was the host. And so I pretty much went through.
It's like a cool listening party, right?
I was going to say, it was really cool. Like the environment, I wanted to make it like that, you know, but I still wanted to have enough people to where at least 80% of the people didn't really know me like that. Right. They were either artists that were associated with me, or they were like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some colleagues, maybe some friends, but like no one, like I only had a couple of my real close friends there, and they were even, you know, they're gonna be super honest because they're my best friends. Right. So we played about 4 to 5 songs, and the 2 that gravitated the most was Captions, and then this other record that will be revealed soon. Okay. So then when they heard Captions, it was almost like, you know, and everyone asked me too, why didn't I invite them to the performance and all? I didn't know I was going to perform it either. I just kind of went off the energy of the crowd. And when everyone had it, I just made it a democracy. I was like, you know, hold up number 4, hold up number this. Right. Okay, majority vote wins. Okay, so everyone held up Captions, and
that's
then
dope. So
they
that
played
song
it, and I just started doing it.
That song was picked by the people.
It was picked by the people, 100%.
Wow. So
democracy.
Nice. Yes. How do you know, I know a lot of artists. I've been around a lot of artists. How do you take criticism? Because some artists can't take criticism. Some people can't take that's whack. Like if somebody in your team said that's whack, that don't mean you fly off the handle and fire people. Like you need to hear that sometimes. Like even if I'm doing something on the show, you know, like, you know, I'm the host, but I can't be the host without my team.
Exactly. So
how do you take criticism? Because I can tell that you take criticism very well. So what's your process when somebody says that's whack? How do you take that and how do you change whatever they're talking about?
So you see, the reason why I'm good at taking criticism is because I'm a heavy criticizer. So I expect you know what I'm saying? I expect the same way, and that's how it should be. You know, do unto others as you want to be treated. So if I'm going to hear you out, and if you give me something to judge on you, you know, I'll tell you, if it sucks, bro, it sucks. But here's the thing. I'm not going to just tell you and then just leave it there. I'm going to try to suggest what you could do better and what we could do better, what I could do to help, what I could suggest. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to leave nobody in the blind.
Not just going to be cutthroat.
Right.
You're
but even
if
I don't expect that part back, because constructive criticism doesn't come with, well, let me help you out after that. You just ask for my judgment, right? So for me, it's like I take it, I listen. It's almost like you got to listen with a thin, what do they say? A thin grain of salt. Yeah. Because if a few people are giving you, if you're getting consistent constructive criticism, then it's okay. Maybe I should change this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should take this into consideration. You know, I think there's a difference between criticizing somebody and just plain like hate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because if you don't like the way I do me just because you don't like it, then I really can't control that.
Because you gotta just do you at all times.
Yeah. Right. If you don't live for yourself, if you're living for other people, then you're never going to be satisfied with yourself. So if you're living for you and you're still taking constructive criticism, I think you just need to figure out where and when to listen. And, you know, you need to see who is the person who's giving you constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? And you got to see where they're coming from. Because if it's something that's going to eventually better you or has a chance to, then yeah, you should definitely listen and put your ego aside, you know?
So would you say you live a do you lifestyle?
A do you lifestyle?
Yes.
I would say that I live a do you lifestyle.
When is your birthday?
Okay. June 2nd.
Oh, okay. Gemini.
Oh, exactly. Just like me.
See, you know what? I'm a Pisces, so Pisces and Geminis are sort of alike. So that's why I asked when you were talking and the things you were saying.
Yes, of course.
I was like, okay, I kind of understand.
Yes.
Now, this challenge you got going on, let the people know, because your mom killed it. Your mom, your mom,
and mind you, your mom looks so young.
Level, your mom, tell the people about this caption you got. I mean, what you got going on, this hashtag, this challenge. I love it. It's fun. It's new. It's sexy. It's cool. And if somebody doesn't like it, they're hating, period. Right. So tell them, how did that video come about? Because I seen you did your little cameo, and then you got on because your mom was killing this.
Oh my God, she killed it. And she still looks so young.
No, she even bodied listen, the dancers that was with her, they did their thing, but she bodied them also.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Okay.
And who's doing it? And who? And where's
so
it
the whole
going?
origin story is mom reached out to her friend, and me, obviously very well-known choreographer Phil Wright, over in LA, and it was like, hey, my son has this music coming out, and it'd be awesome if we had a dance routine to it. And with TLC, all their stuff is dance-based routines, but people don't really know because. My mom and I were talking about this. I was like, Mom, did people just not know that you knew how to dance like that? Because I knew.
I grew up.
See, when she works out,
she
because we work out
together
sometimes, she just dances. That's just her thing. Like,
there's
really nothing like.
She had the Holy Ghost of dancing in that.
But that's,
I don't know what
that's
happened.
her like even when she gets off stage, like she's back on the tour bus and dancing still. Because I went on the road. Because I went out on the road with them for a couple of days, and that's how. They had gotten the whole, because she said she was practicing like the whole time. Because Phil came up with the dance.
But it looked so natural though. It didn't look like it just like it was natural. That was choreographed. It looked so natural. When she did that kick, I was like, oh wow. little Bruce Lee.
Little Bruce Lee, right?
It was amazing. Like
it was
made me
crazy.
want to dance, but I'm overweight.
Do you know how to dance?
I know how to dance. So like, the other thing was that.
Why you gotta put him on the spot like that after his mom killed him?
It's not putting him on a spot. It's just asking do he know how to dance.
I do know how to dance, and I actually was in DJ Unk's video. Y'all need to go back and see it.
All right.
Show Out. It was Show Out in 2008 or 7. Okay. I want to say that. I was in this video. It was me and my mom, and we were dancing, and I was doing the Whoop Rico. Because I knew all those dances. And that was my whole dance era. Now, the whole, you know how, now everything's just a dance? You know, the whoa, the nay and stuff. I kind of just, it's so effortless now. So, when you see real choreography dance, if you're asking if I can do that, not at the moment. But I can, you know what I'm saying? But I could definitely put it together. I mean,
well, you got the gift.
skills.
You have the gift.
As far as, the movement, it's just about learning it,
It's in your genes. It's in your genes, so I know you can get it.
Guys, thank you.
You got it.
But so as far as my mom doing the dance, she was like, when I do the dance, she was like, I gotta kill it. So they practice it so many times, I remember, and she was just like, all right, we're ready. Like, no, we gotta do a couple more times. She just keep working through it. And so then when they did it, we had the idea of doing it outside, because we were all in Detroit.
Does it feel like a tour bus or something?
It was a tour bus. They were parked there. The funnier part about all this is that while we were doing it, a couple of times we couldn't even get it because there would be cars driving by going, Chili! And they're like, oh my God, I love you so much. And then here's one thing, like nobody knows this. I want to say it right here. So this one skater dude was walking by, and he was a brother too. So you just kind of expect, you know what I'm saying? You see Chili dance. So he comes up to us. I'm sitting on the side because I come in at the end of the video. He goes to me and goes, dude, man, you got some real good background dancers, bro.
Wow.
I was like, and so then my mom.
That's kind of cool.
No. So I'm almost like, are we about to go with this? And then so my mom, obviously, with her energy, her spirit, she's like, oh, we've been dancing with him for years now.
Right.
She goes, about 10 years now? I go, about 10 years. So he goes, whoa. Well, what's you guys' Instagrams, man? Well, I need to follow you guys. So he follows us, still doesn't get it, and then goes, all right, bro. Well, good luck with your video. Woo! Yeah, rock on. So that was the funniest thing ever. And and it was just funny because, obviously my mom's one of the most humble people I know, and that's why when you guys,
she's mad cool.
It's just kind of that's just kind of our thing. It's never been like a thing to be blown up, in proportion about who you are and all this. We still go to the grocery store, just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Everything's all normal. So she did the challenge in front of the tour bus. Finally, everyone's just started watching. They were just on the sideline. We had a little crowd, and then, we did it. And I just came in, did my little thing, and, before we knew it, I was getting on the plane, and I was just like, whoa. I was like, wait. I was like, hey, the Shade Room posted. I was like, what's, I was like, and that's the challenge. I was like, and this is, and the beauty of it was that, the song in making it a dance thing, I already knew that they had challenges before, like the Ray Shrimmer mannequin one. Right. That was but it brought people together. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
A lot of music's not really bringing people together nowadays. It's more of what I got and what I got. So I was like, you can create music however you want to. If you create something that's going to, bring people together, and I'm so glad this is what this did. Thank God this is what it did, because this is what we're still pushing for. It's just, you see families doing it together. You see mothers and daughters. You see
fun.
It's a fun challenge. We have so much negative challenges, that go viral.
Right.
And that's what I commend you on it. Being it is a positive thing, and people are gravitating to it. I can't wait till we play this song. I have another question for you. you know, we're talking about the consumption of music in this digital age. There's a lot of people, we don't have to say no names, we know who they are.
Of course.
There's a lot of untalented people that are successful right now. You're actually talented. I mean, we don't have to say any names.
Of course.
But what do you feel about the digital age catapulting people that are not talented to stardom? And being that you have a background in music and all the accolades and the things that you've done, there's so many untalented people that are just there because of their maybe their followers and their influence of the buffoons that's on the Instagram that actually follow them.
Exactly. So, you know.
And then whenever you're ready, we go into the music, because I've never heard the whole song.
Yeah.
I just be, you know, rewinding.
Oh, yeah, no, like I said, I mean, hey, I like talking. Like, you know, I always said that I was going to do like a podcast myself, and like, it was going to be more about like.
I can make that happen for you if you want.
I was going to say, we could talk about it after, because I wanted to, I was like, you know, people always have gotten the and I'm going to answer your question, but I'm going to say this real quick. People always have gotten the like misconception of me, and always like, it was like, I always dealt with a lot of prejudgment. So before the pressure, prejudgment was the biggest thing I dealt with growing up. Obviously, and I was at a school, it was a private school, but it was still people that were just, you know, I guess you want to say normal class citizens, middle class, whatever you want to call it. But even high class, they still look at me and they're like, you know, even what my normal is, you know what I'm saying? They consider, oh, he's just bragging about himself. Oh, he's just doing this, he's just doing that. You know, he's this way, he's this way. So, you know, the misconception, I was like, you know, one day when I'm able to have interviews and people are going to talk to me and people want to ask my side, because I've never been able to, it's not that I've never been able to, I've never really spoken before, because I've had nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? I've just been creating the whole time and just kind of trying to get myself together, because I know when I came, it was going to be, all right now, you know what I'm saying? There's no going back, you know, so that's why I knocked everything out. But I was like, you know, I wanted to have a platform where people can just get connected with me and they can just hear stuff that they've almost kind of been wondering. It's almost like how you can ask me the creative music process, how you could ask me like, you know, different questions about the industry, certain things. It's like, you know, I wanted to create a podcast, but it was more based on that. It was more based on the, you know, music and just kind of like on the personal side of like, you know, of the musical side. And then even in the MMA gym, that was the biggest thing for me too, because I was like, when we get on the mats and we start sparring and.
Oh, so you're into MMA fighting and.
So I've been training MMA for 4 years now.
Okay, wow.
And I started that in college.
I didn't say that. Okay.
But
you might have like random challenges. I challenge you, Tron, to a dude. You know what I mean? Listen, you know, people crazy. They be doing it for clout. You know, you knock them out, then hey, it is what it is.
Right. Hey, and that's why, and that'll tie into me answering your question about the people who are becoming famous and the reasons why and stuff. But the MMA and all that stuff, that was just more of me. Like, I need to find like discipline and like, you know, and staying humble. And even if I was forced to, and the best way to stay humble is for me to look across the room, and I don't know where you come from. I don't know if you're rich or you're poor, if you're an AC guy, if you're a producer, whoever you are. If you're a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, I know that you're a higher rank than me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a millionaire in my mind.
Right.
Well, I'm a billionaire in mine.
So, you know,
the banks haven't realized it yet.
That's it. So having like, you know, developing something like discipline, and I even have it tattooed on the back of my neck because it helps me remember to always stay disciplined and stay humble, because martial arts taught me that you can't judge any book by its cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can have the toughest guy in the room who is the biggest coward on the mats and taps out as soon as he is in an uncomfortable position, or you can, you know, see the nerdy man. I one time was rolling with this real nerdy white kid that had like glasses and braces. He put me in an arm bar and I tapped out. I was like, wow. He was like 15 and like, you know what I'm saying? Just this real scrawny dude, but he was a player of the game. He was a player, you know, of the chess game. So it's all about the mind, you know? Right. But going back now, so yeah, we'll talk about the podcast stuff. Now going back to answering your question,
the untalented people with these numbers, and
I think that it's more about what
do you feel about them? You can go ahead. We're not going to say any names. Mm-hmm. What do you think about all this untalented? Mm-hmm. They're not talented. They're being pushed by numbers and hype.
Right.
Period.
I think that it's really like, okay, honestly, I have to say that since, I mean, even the 2000s, music has definitely lost a lot of its like high quality criteria in the sense, right? It's almost like even the use of instruments started, you know, decreasing. And for me, it was like less genres. I was like, you know, back even in the older war ceremonies, you know, you would have Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then that will switch. You could go to someone like Sade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Sade. I love Sade.
There's so many different genres that you can. Then you want to do hip hop. Okay, Run DMC. That's a lot. That's pure hip hop. So now it's almost like, how can you categorize hip hop at this point? Is it mumble rap hip hop? Is it alternative rap? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Is J. Cole, you know what I'm saying, versus a 6ix9ine?
You know what I'm saying? Names, Tron, people take things.
No, but they're just different. I'm not saying that anyone's quality is diminished here. I'm just saying that there's different genres for it. I'm saying that hip hop world is bigger now. It's not about if it's better or who's better in this. No, it's just a different genre. We have not explored this genre yet, and now we're in it. You know what I'm saying? There's always, I feel like people are just stuck in the mind of, well, because this person does it, I can do it this way, or I should do it this way. Right. No. If this type of rapping style works for this guy, let him do it, because even the fans that they're influencing, they're like, they have their own, you know what I'm saying, their own clan as well. And even what I noticed about some of the artists that were even in this category, they have a lot of kid influence because of their personalities and because they connect with people. And I was looking at the statistics the other day, and
statistics.
He is so intelligent. I love him.
And I was looking at the depression rates, right, for kids that were 15 and under. Right. And so in this new social media age, the ages from 13 to 14-year-old girls, the percentage is actually higher for girls than boys as far as depression. And you know why, though? Is because the bullies that they have to deal with are not just in school. They can go back home, and their parents can't help them solve, the internet warrior that's calling them fat and ugly. You know what I'm saying? And so some of these artists, while they may still look a certain way and they might have a appearance like this, and, you want to put them next to a real rapper, so to say, and then, you know what I'm saying, and then start trying to say, well, what's real music and what's not? It's like, for me, I'm happy for anyone who's making a name for themselves, one, but two, I think that there's a different special category for even those people too, because they're touching different souls that, that they're touching in a different way, because they've been going through that type of stuff, that stuff themselves. Right. The suicide rate, the depressing music. I've been noticing, I'm like, why is that stuff so much more popular than happy and uppity music? Yeah, it's because of what the kids are going through. Even when I was graduating high school, you guys got to keep this in mind. The whole Yeezy, Hype Beast, Bathing Ape, and all this designer off-white phase happened in 2015 up. I graduated, I was wearing Vans and everything, and everyone was okay with all that type of stuff. Yeah. My little brother is 16, shout out to my boy Dominic, and he's like, okay, I have to have these Yeezys by this time, they're gonna have it. It's stressful for these kids. I think you know what I'm saying? It's definitely brainwashing these kids, and it's messed up, because it's like, they have to live up to these expectations that even sometimes in their situation that they can't live up, and they can't get to the mind of that's okay. Exactly. So then that dictates who they're following in music. And so that's why I'm like, there's room for everybody, as far as even, the people who are not as, say, talented with the rhythmic part of rapping. Right. I think there's just room everywhere, because, their fans are the people who are going through some of the stuff.
This guy is on point. If you just you tuned into the Do You Radio with Lee Masters on the boy, DJ Chick
in the
on
house.
The ones and twos, and we got Tron in the building. Tron, I think we need to unleash world premiere.
Yes.
I need you to cue this up. This is your time to shine, man. This is Shoot Your Shot. I'm about to start a segment called Shoot Your Shot. We'll talk about that later.
Yes, right.
This is your time. Listen, we got 1.9 million listeners worldwide, over 100K subscribers here in Georgia. We got Tron in the building. Tron, you got the floor.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? Real quick, so what am I? What'd you just kill me for?
You know what? He did me like that before too, and I was
just like, you know what I mean?
Okay. How you setting them up? All right, Tron. I'm sorry, Tron. I'm sorry.
I say I know we're live and everything,
but we're going to your music.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Tron. I just went to the zone.
I was gonna.
I was
snap my fingers or something.
I kind of forgot, like you were here, and I was like, just on the phone or something.
I heard an echo a little bit.
I apologize, but
oh man, okay.
You got the floor.
Yes,
and we're going to debut your song to the world.
Exclusive
Captions, exclusive listeners, tune in now. Yep. We are about to play the full version of Captions, the single coming to you very, very, very soon.
On the Do You Radio Show.
On the Do You Radio Show.
Played by DJ Chic Check.
Let's go.
And we're going.
You're back to the Do You Radio Show. With your boy Ron Dooley, Masters on the boards, and DJ Chic Chick. We got Tron
in the house.
We just played that caption.
Captions.
Brother. Woo. I'm out of breath because I was trying to dance. I'm overweight. I got my cardio in today.
No, guys, he has really, really good moves.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. So, we just played Captions world premiere here on the highly unique radio show, the Do You Radio Show. And, again, man, we appreciate you coming and showing out with us and having a good time and enjoying what's going on here at the Do Your Radio Show. And an artist of your magnitude, because you're actually above a lot of artists already because of, you know, who you are. But I like
no. I'm just getting started on level 1.
Yes. Yes, thank you for correcting me. But we really appreciate you coming up. But you're gonna stay with us, and we're gonna hang out a little bit more. Now, captions. Yep. What's the craziest caption you've ever had in your Instagram?
Craziest caption I ever had?
Yes. We're gonna talk about captions.
No.
Or the craziest DM.
Okay, craziest caption.
Okay.
We got crazy DMs.
I want to discuss that DM.
I got some crazy.
I'm gonna tell y'all
some crazy
You don't want to talk about the DMs. No, we're gonna stay with captions. We're gonna keep it PG.
Let's keep it PG. Craziest caption I ever had. It was like a really dry joke. It was not really a good caption, but it's still crazy, I guess. It was like it was some picture of me. I took the photo down, but it was like me from some photo shoot, and I was like looking off into the air. And it was like black and white. And so, you know, people always put these like real deep quotes and all of this stuff, and I was just like. I was thinking of, what did I say? I was looking off into the distance and thinking of saying something like.
This is a caption you wrote?
Yeah.
Oh, you wrote your own deep caption. Okay. I was lost. Okay.
No. It's a deep caption, but then it just turned into a stupid joke. Cause I was I was looking into the air and I was thinking of something, to say, but really I just saw a big effing pelican and I was about to freak out. Okay. That was my craziest caption. Everything else I just kind of leave so dry. Like it'll be like, gang. With like 2 emojis or something like that.
And you know, the power of captions is like, you know, we read them all the time. You know, captions will make or break some people.
Right.
True.
And you know, get on a serious note, you know, captions and people just saying things like me, I don't care. Like I'm like Tron, you'll get to know me. I really feel that I'm like God's gift to women, you know, I'm the man, you know, I'm a billionaire. I have all these confident thoughts in my mind that nothing bothers me. Look at this tight-ass tracksuit I'm wearing today. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, the Do You lifestyle is about loving yourself and doing what feels good for you. And I think you're doing a great job with that, with your music, your style, and, you know, just you being an individual. And one thing, we have a lot of carbon copies in this music game, people trying to sound like this person. Mm-hmm. You're going to be the first Tron.
Yes.
And how are you going to maintain being the first Tron?
I think, honestly, when I started, that's why music actually took me a long time to like really want to release and stuff, because even at the ages of 16, I started like trying to record. I would go to DARP and like, cause I was just rapping and it just didn't really feel the way that I like wanted it to feel. It didn't feel as genuine and as organic as I wanted it to feel. So it's like, wait, real quick, what was the question again? I get lost in train of thought.
Yeah, how you gonna continue to be the real Tron and don't sound like anybody else?
Well,
the word Tron, it's kind of early. I know you're a rock
No,
star.
he tends to ask a whole bunch of questions at one time.
Hey, listen, stop it. This is the Do You Radio Show.
Hey, I got a lot of rest last night. So I made sure I woke up early.
I'm a little hyper.
But no, I think that it's like now that I have my sound and what I'm like, not even just really comfortable with, it's almost like what I know I can deliver, I'm now able to reach out of my comfort zone and see what else I can do. Right. And it's like, you know, all that you can, I think it's about being original, but not being so far left that it doesn't gravitate to normal people. Like I asked my professor one time in college, I was like, why is it that, real basic, like drum beat songs, say classic rock, gets heard more than progressive rock? And for those people who don't know, progressive rock is like 6/8 timing and like, 3/4 timing, like real weird. It's just weird time signatures, and time signatures are just like beats. So it's not on like 1, 2, 3, 4. You know,
he's just letting us know he's very smart. He's smarter than us.
Intelligent. He's
Tron
gifted.
Tron had you had a request. I don't know if we could get that request on.
You know what? I'm tired of you testing me this morning. You know I'm the DJ. What you want, I'm gonna give.
So Tron has a request, and we're gonna.
That's right.
We made a request. We have a request. What is an artist that you mentioned that you spoke of that you like?
That you want to listen to?
That I want to listen to. Oh, Young Thug. Young Thug. Surf.
Oh, so you heard what do you think of that new Young Thug album?
It was so fire. Young Thug is a grandfather in the game at this point. He's a legend. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening to Young Thug since he came out, and it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because he's reached legend status.
He has to grow on me. I didn't like him at first. I really despised him.
You had to cause for me, it was like, cause everyone kept making the whole like Lil Wayne comparison type thing. For me, it was almost like, he was like, because I I'm from the Lil Wayne generation, so to say, because, you know, I was born in 97. So it's like, Young Thug for me was just more like one of those guys that, again, another do you lifestyle.
Yes.
And, you know, his music speaks like, cause, you know, honestly, if you hear a lot of other artists now, they're starting to sound like Young Thug. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
even him, and you want to say someone like Lil Uzi, who had a lot of like, the same type of feedback, because I already had, like, majority of people kind of had that same kind of feeling, I don't really know, they had this sound, he sounds like that, mumble rapping. But now everyone's trying to sound like Young Thug and trying to sound like Uzi, and to a certain degree. And it's like, you know, and now they're the legends of the game in the new game. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The 2007 up game. You know what I'm saying? After they cranked that Soulja Boy, after all that, like, you know what I'm saying?
So we about to go to Young Thug, and it's called
Surf.
It's Do You Radio Show. It's your boy Ron Do. You're tuned into the Do You Radio Show. We got Tron in the building.
Yeah.
Listen, Tron, I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate you bringing your positive energy and dropping that caption song. That's my first time hearing the whole thing. It was great. It was awesome. I'm not just saying that because you're a cool dude and you got, you know, legendary parents. You're putting in work. You're making it happen, and you're living a Do You lifestyle, and you're doing it big like Lee Master's song. But I'm going to give you the floor, and you say a couple of things, and we're going to go, we're going to leave, we're going to get out of here.
Yes, of course. So I just want to say thank you to you, my boy, Ron Do.
Yes.
Yes.
My name.
Highly Unique Radio. I just want to thank you guys for having me. I just want to thank you guys at
DJ Chic
Chick in the
DJ Chic Chick
and Lee Masters.
And my boy Lee Masters in the back.
And that's okay. You just
thank you guys for the hospitality, for real. I mean, it was really natural, very organic, and, you know, you guys are very cool people as well.
Perfect.
Thank you
very
much.
We did our thing, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, of course. It wasn't tense, you know.
I don't know about you, but I'm perfect.
Hey, we did us, right?
Wow. We did us. And as long as we're comfortable with doing us, that's
cool. All that matters.
You guys have anything closing to say about this phenomenal
I
young man?
think your parents did a great job with you. You're very intelligent. You're smart. You smart. No, but you're creative. You're talented. You know, I think you're a well-rounded young man.
Thank you
and I think God is going to bless you in so many ways.
Thank you very much. We hope God blesses you as well.
Thank you.
Exactly. I'm going to say this. First of all, because to me, like I told you, I make music myself, so the music is the first thing that matters, and the music is good.
Appreciate it, brother.
So in my books, you're good.
Yes,
and at the same time, I see already you got the cameras on you. You got
the
people, like, some people will fall under pressure, so I already know you're real comfortable, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you're born for this. Like,
thank you very much. I appreciate that.
One more thing. Do you perform anywhere around Atlanta, like to any of the showcases?
I have a couple of shows coming up, and So I'm going to be performing twice at the A3C Festival in October.
Can I come? Can I get?
Yes,
okay,
you can definitely come.
Yeah.
Everyone, please make sure to come through. A3C, October 15th, I want to say it is. Is it
2 days after
no, I'm sorry. October 11th. October 11th. So October 11th, I'll be performing at A3C. 2 days before your birthday?
Yes.
So happy early birthday. Be looking for your shout out. You know what I'm saying? Be looking for your shout out. Yes, so I'll be performing there, and I have a couple of other dates, and I'm still getting those together. But A3C is confirmed. I have two performances there, October 11th. Make sure to come out.
All right.
And thank you all for tuning into the Do You Radio Show. Remember this: life's too short not to do you, so do you, baby. I'm out.
Yeah.
Do you.